fourth and fifth graders, we're gonna do another optical illusion. And I think these are really cool. We're gonna do a combination of concave and convex lines. So it's going to be very similar to the last ones that we did with making a two-dimensional paper look 3D. I would probably start with either 8 or 12 lines. I think usually works well, and it doesn't have to be right in your paper, right in the middle. It doesn't matter if it's off center, but I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna make a line, and then I'm gonna take it again, and it could be off center, it could be in the center. I'm gonna have mine just be slightly off center. It doesn't have to cross perfectly at 90 degrees, but if you have these lines that cross each other kind of like a T, and then if I were to take these and I'm gonna cross it again, then we'll have this one just be 8, and I'm gonna tell you what that means. I'm gonna have those ones cross, and then I'm gonna have, actually I am gonna make it 12. I'm realizing there's more space. So I'm gonna have this one cross here, and then I'm gonna have it cross over here too. Sometimes if the ruler's not long enough, which it's not on that diagonal, so I'm gonna have it cross here, and then go as far as I can, and then we'll do this. So I'm really just trying to split these fairly equally. So you can see when I'm talking about 8 to 12 lines, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, it's 10 lines. So 8 to 12 is good. This one has 10, so this counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you have 8, 10, or 12 lines, the main thing is that it's an even number. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with the pattern not working. So I'm gonna start here close to the middle, and I'm gonna have this line curve that way, kind of like a U. And then this one's gonna do the opposite. I kind of see it as like a C shape, and then it's gonna go under, and this one kind of goes over, and then under, and then over, and then this one's gonna be under, this one's gonna be over. And this is where people run into trouble. You gotta make sure these ones, they come back and they connect to each other. Okay, once I have that, then I'm gonna do my next line, and if this one is under, this one also has to be under. So they're the same. If I were to make this one the other way, it's not gonna work to create the illusion. Then this one is gonna be over, just like that one was, and then this one's gonna be under, and then over, and then under, and then over, and then under, and just keep checking to make sure that it's the same as the one below it. Over, and then under. And I want to be checking here that I'm going to be able to connect these two. They have to be able to connect. So I'm going to have that one come over to connect to that one. That's the reason it has to be even. When that one's done, then I'm gonna do the next one. This one's also gonna be under, and then this one's gonna be over, under, and over, and under, and over, and under, and over, and under. And this one's gonna go right off the page, so it really would go right there, okay? When that one's done, there are gonna be spaces where some of these are gonna go right off the page. So these ones are gonna go off the edges here, and this one would be over right here. This one, there's space to make one that goes under. This one would be way over here. This one probably could be just like part of a line. This one would have to go off the edge here. This is just gonna help color it, okay? And those ones are right off the edges. When you're done drawing it, sometimes I will even put like a smaller one right to the middle here if you think you can squeeze one in there. Just still make sure you're following the pattern. When that's all done, then you can raise your hand. I'll give you a marker and we will outline it. If it helps you to outline it with a ruler, please use your ruler to do it. Come down here. I usually would be turning the paper also to make sure it doesn't go off the screen. I'm just doing it without turning it. Once those lines are done, then trace these ones in. And if there's time, you can start with a warm color. So if you're thinking about warm and cool, start with pink or red or orange or yellow. I'll do just a little bit of coloring on mine and I'll show you one that's done also. But so let's just pretend that I'm done tracing it because I got more to do. Clean up any of these lines if I need to have them connect better. So we're just gonna pretend that I'm done, even though I've got those other ones to color, or to trace. Please erase anything before you start coloring it. And the pattern on this is called a checkerboard pattern. It still is gonna follow a pattern of color, skip it, color, skip it. But here, I'm gonna start with some pink, because that's a warm color, and I'm going to end up finding this first row here. Well, let's do this one, this little one that's in here. These are gonna be color it, then I skip that one, color it, and they're so tiny that it's almost black, but color it, skip it, color it, skip it, color it, skip it, color it. Then this row I'm gonna need to skip because I'm gonna end up making that one a cool color. So then this one is gonna be color it, skip it. So I did color skip on that one. This is color skip. This one's gonna be color. So outline those edges and then fill it in. Then if this is color, this one is skip. Color it by outlining those edges. I colored that one diagonally. I should have colored it the same way as the other ones. And we'll do a lot more on these next week, so there's no reason to rush. Then I'm gonna do skip, and then I'm gonna do color this one. So the pattern works in two ways. It's working here on color, skip, color. It's also following a pattern of color, skip, color, skip, color, skip. So you should never have two pink ones in a row that are colored. That's also why it's even, an even number of lines. Otherwise you'd have 2 in a row that are the same. So I'll end those edges hard. Color, skip, this one's gonna be color. If you're noticing that the shading, this pink is really light, I can always come back to do a little bit more shading where like this pink is a little bit darker to shade those edges in too, to make this look more 3D. Okay, so let me show you this one that has more done on it. So it does still have that same pattern of color, skip, color, skip, color, skip. It would be this too, color, skip, skip, in order to make this pattern work. This one I think looks pretty cool. This one's done with just 8 lines. It doesn't have 10 or 12 like the other ones I was talking about. So this one's still the same, where it is color, skip, color, skip, color, skip, and it's gonna be color, skip, color, skip, color, skip. And then that makes what's called a checkerboard pattern. So let's have fun starting these out today. We will have lots of time to keep working on them, so no need to rush.